Good morning, Dopey. Your favorite podcast. Now YouTube show.
Good morning, Dopey, and welcome to Good Morning, Dopey. This is what it looks like at night in the Dopey studio from this vantage without the other light. So let's turn on the other light. And then here's the other view of the studio. And then this is, I was going to dye my beard with the Just for Men beard dye. And then, and that's the fill light. And that's Howie's spot. And then that's the Roadcaster. That's the Last Jewish Waiter painting. Let's turn on the Dopey light. All right. Whoa. Whoa. Here we go. Good morning, Dopey. It's very Mr. Rogersy. It's getting chilly. Good morning, Dopey, and welcome to Good Morning, Dopey, our deep yet somehow shallow dive into the book of daily reflections. My name is Dave. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun one. This one is like as fun as going to the dentist. Group autonomy. What are we doing here? Oh my God. Jeez Louise, what are we doing? Some may think that we have carried the principle of group autonomy to extremes. I just want to fucking kill myself when I read this shit. For example, in its original long form, Tradition 4 declares any two or three gathered together for sobriety may call themselves an AA group, provided that as a group they have no other affiliation. But this ultra liberty is not so risky as it looks. And of course you guys know that comes from AA Comes of Age on page 104 and 105, right? As an active alcoholic, I abused every liberty life afforded. How could AA expect me to respect the ultra liberty bestowed by Tradition 4? Learning respect has become a lifetime job. AA has made me fully accept the necessity of discipline, and that if I do not assert it from within, then I will pay for it. This applies to groups too. Tradition 4 points me in a spiritual direction in spite of my alcoholic inclination. The most important thing I got from this is when any two or three gathered together for sobriety may call themselves an AA group. I remember I got kicked out of, I got banned from going to town at my rehab in Florida. I wasn't allowed to go to meetings. I wasn't allowed to hang out outside of my room in the rehab. We had a residence, and then we had offices, and I would go to the office, and then everybody else got to go home for lunch, but I had to stay at the offices for lunch and read the big book and find passages in the big book for the guys there. I think it was because I was secretly dating somebody who wasn't there anymore. I was always just in trouble at that rehab. So I think that's what that was. And I remember I had to find this passage about contempt prior to investigation. And I wasn't allowed to go to meetings, and I was, housebound, house arrest. And, that's actually when I met Sam, who was the Dopey producer. And we would have meetings on our porch, and four of us, they would not go to the meetings and they would stay with me, and we would have these amazing little meetings of the four of us. And it showed how one addict helping another addict, what an unparalleled thing that is. I forget the terminology. But that's what this makes me think of in terms of group autonomy. Ultra liberty, interesting. It's just like it's like people come together out of necessity and friendship, and look after each other and look after each other's sobriety. And when you're in a situation like that, you're in a good situation. And my meeting out here is a little bit like that. And there's a meeting like that for all of you guys, or just a friend who you used to get high with. You don't need to go to a meeting with them, but talk to them about recovery. I know it sounds so corny, but it really helps. Anyway, that's it. I'm gone. Stay strong, Dopey Nation, and fucking toodles for Chris.
Dopey, I'm face down on the floor.